Hello, hello. I wanted to show how specifically I have my IDE, which happens to be Cursor in this case, set up. Um, the IDEs I use is like Cursor, I've used Windsurf, Antigravity, which all happens to be forks of VS Code. So it's a very similar setup. So I operate I have a Windows machine, but I like to operate in WSL2's Ubuntu. I don't know the proper pronunciation, but that is my preferred environment. Just a personal choice. There's a lot of options as far as Linux distros, as they call it, Linux-like systems. But it's the one that I have a little bit more familiarity with. So one of the important things you need is go to extensions, whichever VS Code fork you're using, right? And then get the WSL extension. That helps a lot, makes things much easier, and it runs it properly. Once you've downloaded this one, this version 1.012, but you just want to make sure it's associated with Cursor. All right, you see that right there? Oh, there's a lot of zoom. So here you go, WSL, AnySphere, and you'll see it's verified ownership of cursor.com. In this case, you do respectively for the same for Windsurf. I'm not sure about Antigravity, but it'd be similar. And then once you do that, the shortcut key is Ctrl+Shift+P. What you're looking for is this connect to WSL. And that'll make sure the system is running through the virtual machine, Linux distro of your choice. Okay, so I'm in there, I'm logged in there. Another important thing to know is it's a virtual machine. So it's like running a computer within your computer. So it has its own file system, which is a good thing. That's a good thing, but it's also a little bit tricky to figure out your way around. Share it quick. So right here is the path in this example. What's this, this / WSL style. That's how it's a virtual machine path, right? Once you get on your path and you find your place, in this case, it's right, that one right there. That's my path right there. What I could do is I could pin this folder, right? For example, let's see, I want this one right here. I want projects. And I'm just pin this to quick access, right? You'll see right here, it'll appear project. But now I have an easy way just to get straight into my virtual machine folder system, right? Now we'll go back here. Okay, sorry about that. I have a question. The question is, how do I access my WSL files from Windows Explorer? Apologies. Okay, so that's exactly how you'd ask it. Access it and pin it. That way you have easy access, right? You can also just, open folder from here and navigate because you'll be within WSL, your system, right? So mine's right here, projects, right? Okay, and now you got that. So in this case, what I'm going to do is just an example is I'm going to go into my projects folder and we'll go ahead from here. I'm going to make a new folder from here. I'm not going to put this on GitHub yet. So I'm just going to put a sample. Okay, so through Windows, I can make a folder in there, a new folder. I don't have to do anything fancy. And then we can skip out of that and redo it. Open folder. What projects and then sample. Boom. And then OK. And now within my IDE, I'm going to be set up in that new folder, right? And this is always what I do. No matter what I'm doing, it's kind of like a habit. It's a good habit, I believe. I'd always create a docs folder. Just good practice. Then I would start a new terminal here. And that would give me access to basically everything I need, right? If you're paying for Cursor, or you want to use, some of your free credits, you'd use it over here, your model, et cetera over here. You can use here the terminal. There's other ways to access Claude Code. This is the way I do prefer. I do prefer this way. And then I set up an alias, Claude X, which is dangerous permissions. If you don't know what that means yet, then ask me in another video because it's something you should know about. Okay, so that's how I'll start a project. And that's basically it. That's like the important things. I do usually have the extension for GitHub. I'll probably usually have extensions for whatever languages I'm going to be working with. for each project. And that's my setup. I hope that was helpful and have a great day.
Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us. To show your support, please like, share, subscribe, comment. And below we have a link to our free AI community. In addition, we're available for hire. If you want to develop a custom app or an AI automation, reach out.